4-1, 1050 involved in a state patrol car, 334.2.
Are you all right? Are you okay?
On March 31st, 2021, a Racine County Sheriff's deputy stopped a vehicle for a traffic and equipment violation in Racine, Wisconsin. The deputy observed two children under the age of 2 in the back seat. One child had no car seat or seatbelt, and the other was in a car seat but not properly installed. The driver of the vehicle initially provided a false name. The deputy noticed signs of impairment, and the driver was arrested for 2 counts of suspicion of drunk driving with a child under the age of 16 years old. While the driver waited for a family member to take custody of the children, they were moved from their vehicle into a squad car for transport. At that same time...
You there?
You said what?
Are you starting a stream?
Yeah, it's already started. Do you see it? You don't see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You see it now? Shit. You see it now, bro?
Yeah, I can see it. I was looking for a game to capture.
I know. Give me 2 seconds. God damn it. Trying to, there we go. Okay.
A Wisconsin state trooper assisted by blocking a lane of traffic with their squad car, along with cones to allow for the children to be moved safely. Moments later, another vehicle crashed into the state patrol vehicle.
4-1, 1050 involved in a state patrol car, 334.2.
This shit is really tragic, you know? Oh my god, you see it?
Southbound.
Watch this shit, man.
Got rear-ended.
You realize you see it like 10 seconds before I do, right?
Come on. Oh, stay right there. Stay right there. Don't move. Just don't move. Your knee is all, it's broken. Okay? Just stay right there. Don't move.
The vehicle was operated by 25-year-old Harrison Geisler. It appeared Harrison had no traffic in front of or next to him as he approached the state patrol vehicle. However, he drove directly into the rear.
Are you all right? Are you okay? Are you okay? Hey, I'll have rescue come up. 9-2, send rescue.
God damn, turn them fucking sirens off. That shit
Prior
really
to the
hurting my
impact,
ears.
the state trooper observed Harrison rapidly approaching the rear of his cruiser and wasn't slowing. So the trooper placed his cruiser into drive and steered it toward the concrete median barrier to avoid striking the other squad cars directly in front of him. It was estimated Harrison struck the trooper's cruiser at 70 miles per hour.
Oh my fucking god.
Hey, We have rescue coming to check you out, all right? You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll live.
I know, but you still better got getting checked
I've
out.
been through worse.
Yeah.
Hell no, I wouldn't have been that happy, nigga. What?
Thank you, dispatch.
I think they're worse.
We're gonna need 2 ambulances. Just so you know.
You're gonna need 7, nigga.
Oh, fuck.
Reporting.
Okay.
Yes, Sheriff's
Okay.
just pulled in.
Okay, thank you so much.
39, I'm being told there's someone trapped in the car closest to the fire.
It's roasting.
I can't see. If I break the window, can you get out? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna break the window. Okay. There you go. Yes, I can. That's right. You grab onto me. You grab onto me. And let me know when you got me. You got me? He's the only one? That's right. He's the only one?
Yes.
All right, I busted the window. I got her out of that car. I'm getting everybody backed up. And traffic is completely stopped on the interstate.
Sir, I did get it on my dash cam if you end up
Cool.
needing it.
FHP will need it.
Sure.
Tell everybody to come up the off-ramp, including fire, up the off-ramp. All right, fire's 97, at least one of them. I'm gonna go behind the trailer, see if there's any placards on it. And I don't know about the semi-truck driver. He may still be in it.
Bro, this shit is crazy, ain't it, Brandon?
No placards.
That bitch is roasting like a motherfucker.
I'm fucking God, bro. Hold up, let me grab the video.
I can see at least 7 involved. I'm not to the end of the line yet. Good. Just your head. All right, just sit there. My injured person I put on the strap. The one up front, nobody was in. Nobody's in the gray van. I got one with a head injury in the gray silver Jeep. And I'm still making my way back. Yeah, y'all come stand over there. I don't want them by the edge. Yeah, y'all go over here. Right there's good. This is all yours. Y'all come over here. Y'all go stand over here. Okay, y'all come stand over here. This is all yours, right? Just these 3?
I got the back side.
All right. And 390, add 2 more vehicles to whatever I gave you originally.
Nom nom nom.
I'm sorry, add 3 more vehicles to what I gave you originally.
Call my mom and check on her.
Can you get out for me? You smell that diesel fuel?
His leg.
You think your leg's broke?
He can't move.
All right, and the maroon car, you'll tell fire, they can't see me. I missed it. It's behind the lawn trailer, behind the SUV pressed up against the rail for the overpass. I got a guy with a possible broken leg. There is diesel fuel all over the interstate, so we need to get these people out of the cars and get them moved back.
Got all but 2 and that guy out of the car. First door to get out of there, and trying to get it open.
All right. Or can you just climb out this way?
Can you climb out this way, or is your back hurting too much?
Well, do you smell all that diesel fuel? This whole place is covered in diesel. I'm to it, but I just need EMS to hear because I think he's got a broke leg. I'm just trying to get him out of here. He doesn't look like he's pinned in any way. Is it open? Yeah. No, I got the one that was pinned. I pulled her out. I broke the window and pulled her out.
There's a lawnmower from this.
Up there, yeah.
Over there. How did that happen?
I don't know. Do you think it's broken? Because I want to get you out of here with all this diesel fuel. And actually, let me get these kids moved real quick, too. Hold that door, Smith. I know I put you here. This is all diesel fuel. I want you back here. Broken leg. Hey, y'all hold hands. That's fine. Hey, y'all hold hands. Hold each other's hands. Hold hands. There you go. Hey, sweetheart. It'll be all right, sweetheart.
Are you a police?
I am. I have a dog in the car, too. Maybe I can show you a little bit.
I done burnt myself like 3 times.
I
Said I done burnt myself like 3 times.
You guys be brave for Mama.
First time we never had to go on the bus when we were this big.
I'm sure.
This is the first
Yeah,
time
there
we
is. So
ever
y'all go back here.
Look at me. You come with me.
Y'all go back here.
I'm losing some vision.
Y'all go back here.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. I'm the one dumbass crashed, like the one that hopped up on the curb. That motherfucker was funny as hell.
Oh,
They're fucking dead body. Oh my god!
I'm so sorry. I should not have laughed, bro, but goddamn. Holy fuck.
Mami. Mami, me acaban de chocar. Mami.
¿Cómo así? Ay, ¿qué hubo?
Me acaban de chocar.
Bendito sea Dios.
Mommy, I wrecked my car.
Ma. Ma. Mami, mi hija. Mami. Ma.
Mami! Mama! Oh my god!
Cars flipping on busy freeways seems like a scene pulled out of an action movie, but this was
Holy fuck!
real.
Hold on, wait a minute, look.
But this was very real. Out of an action movie, but this was very real.
Oh my god.
4 teenagers and a 12-year-old allegedly stole an SUV. It ended in a high-speed chase, and the video from May 2021 was just released by Florida Highway Patrol. Authorities say Fort Lauderdale police tried to pull the SUV over after they responded to an attempted burglary call. But the SUV kept driving, reportedly hitting a bicyclist named Michael Evans before getting on the freeway. Evans had neck and spine fractures, as well as staples in his head, according to a GoFundMe page set up by his sister. On the freeway, the SUV changed lanes trying to get away from the pursuing police and lost control, hitting the median, other vehicles, ultimately flipping over. Law enforcement moved in fast to take the suspects into custody. The 5 juveniles, who ranged in age from 12 to 16, were taken to a children's hospital, where 4 were in age from fast to take the suspects into custody. The 5 juveniles who ranged moved in fast to take the suspects into custody. The 5 juveniles, who ranged in age from 12 to 16, were taken to a children's hospital, where 4 were treated for minor injuries and 1 was in serious condition. The identities of the minors have not been made public.
What did you do?
For Inside Edition Digital, I'm TC Newman.
Well, you can't make that shit up, can you?
Surveillance video, 911 calls, and witness accounts. It's all been released by the state attorney's office in a case Florida Highway Patrol troopers call deadly road rage.
Damn, he's hit me again! He's following me now! He's just following my car!
A Southside woman is charged in that road rage incident with second-degree murder and vehicular homicide. Investigators say she gave chase across the Buckman Bridge onto US 17.
It ended in a crash. Tonight, a look at some of that evidence that'll be used against her in court, including her own call to 911. 24-year-old Ana Jimenez called 911 back in April of 2019 to report a man in a gray SUV had just hit her white Honda Civic on I-295 near Old St. Augustine Road.
911 was located on an emergency. Yeah, someone just hit me.
Police reports say the SUV driver, 60-year-old James Robinson, and Jimenez both got off at San Jose Boulevard in Mandarin.
San Jose? I'm gonna hit the exit here. I'm following him now. Like, he didn't stop. Like, he hit me in the middle of the road.
Jimenez followed the driver into the nearby Target parking lot, and police say she tried to block him in while calling 911, saying she was hurt.
If you would like rescue, don't chase after him, okay? Don't follow him, okay?
But Jimenez says Robinson sped away.
Ma'am, someone stop him! He hit me! Someone stop him! He hit me! Stop him! Listen, ma'am, the police will handle that. I need you to talk to me so fire and rescue can help you. You said that you're hurt.
Investigators say Robinson got back onto I-295, headed for the Buckman Bridge at 100 miles per hour, and Jimenez chased him.
Not north on Orange Park. Okay. I know, but somebody needs to stop him. He's hurting people. Okay, ma'am, that's what the police... I know, but they're not going to do anything. Okay, crazy. Listen, I need... Stop following him, ma'am, so that we can come and help you.
Multiple witnesses, one of whom took cell phone video, told FHP Jimenez repeatedly rammed the man's SUV, forcing it into the retaining wall.
Damn, he's hit me again! He's following me now! He's just following my car!
The vehicles are seen on a witness's cell phone video smoking in the distance as they got off at US 17.
Holy cow. Oh, it's about to get serious, boy.
FHP obtained surveillance video and more witness accounts saying Jimenez chased the man up Roosevelt Boulevard toward Naval Air Station Jacksonville. A police report says Jimenez hit Robinson's SUV one last time and he lost control, going through the median and colliding with several vehicles heading the opposite way. You can hear tires screech on Jimenez's call to 911.
Mary, the crash! Ma'am. Ma'am, what's going on?
You can hear her just lose it right there. Ana Jimenez is charged with second-degree murder, vehicular homicide, and 8 counts of reckless driving.
God damn, nigga, they want her goddamn future, bro.
Across Northern California roadways, a call to action hangs roadside. A message to drivers to be vigilant when it comes to their fellow travelers. Report drunk drivers, call 911.
She's
driving behind somebody that has something very, very wrong with them. I don't know if they're...
Okay, and where are they traveling?
The woman you hear making this call near Stockton is Deirdre McElroy, motivated to pick up the phone based on this driver's actions and those roadside reminders.
Yeah, I think the sign probably did motivate me.
Deirdre made her call shortly after 9 o'clock in the morning on February 22nd while driving from Lathrop to Lodi.
I was going to a client's house in the morning around 9 o'clock, and I got on the freeway 99 North. I was supposed to get off just before Lodi.
This drive, however, would take Deirdre far past Lodi, all the way to Sacramento.
Right after I got on the freeway, I noticed a car that was causing problems.
What appears to be a Ford Escape on an unpredictable drive. This is how it looked to Deirdre.
It suddenly tried to change lanes, literally ran this poor guy in a little black sedan out of his lane completely. He managed to avoid her, and then she went back in her lane and he went back in his lane. I was like, oh wow.
Deirdre figured it was nothing more than a bad lane change, but it continued.
She was very consistently touching the left lane over, the right line, left line, and I'm going, cell phone drivers. And then I realized when she left her lane completely into the median and was kicking up rocks that something was really wrong, and it just got worse from there.
Deirdre tried to pass the driver. When she pulled up next to her, this is what she saw.
Had a cigarette with her arm out the window and was slumped, and her eyes were very hooded, and something was really wrong.
That's when she made her initial 911 call.
Okay, and she's just swerving back and forth.
She has almost run off the road. She's almost hit sideswiped several people. She's going 30 miles per hour and then 80.
Deirdre decided to follow her.
And I thought, okay, I'll just stick with her, and things got really worse only about 3 or 4 minutes there. I mean, she was really coming close to hitting people.
She again called 911 as the woman behind the wheel lost control.
She swerved out of her lane to the left and then came back in and then just very gently kept gliding to the right. And
911 emergency, what are you reporting?
I just called about a lady that has something really wrong with her driving, and she just hit someone.
The call continues.
Did you get a plate number by chance?
I did. I reported it the first time.
So you called this in already?
I did, but nobody's coming, and she's going to kill someone.
The dispatcher says the call will go out to their units. Neither the woman in the SUV nor the tanker stopped. The driver of the tanker seemingly unaware they'd been hit, and they kept driving. Deirdre called a third time as the driver exited Grant Line Road.
Right, she went straight. We're getting back on the freeway.
And again as she neared the 47th Avenue exit in Sacramento.
She exited the freeway. We're now on 47th Avenue.
You're now on 47th. Ma'am, are you following her?
I am.
Do not follow her, okay? Take all precautions for your safety. I need you to stop following her, though. That's safe, okay?
But you're not going to catch her if somebody...
We have it out to our units. Just keep taking precautions for your safety, okay?
4 calls spanning more than 20 minutes and nearly 30 miles of highway, the last with a dispatcher following CHP protocol, telling Deirdre that he'll have to disconnect the call if she continues to follow the woman in the SUV. That driver never stopped, never evaluated by Highway Patrol.
There's some serious issues there about her driving and her safety, and I absolutely think that that she should have been apprehended or at least stopped and talked to find out what was going on.
Officer Mike Harris says this woman wasn't stopped because other emergency calls prevented officers on patrol from being able to catch up to this driver.
Her first call was in the Stockton area, and the nearest beat unit was just a little bit south of her location, tied up on another call that they weren't able to leave, and then the next unit beyond that was another 7 miles south of that.
Harris explains Deirdre was just a few miles from the boundary with the South Sacramento CHP, so Stockton officers would not have been able to catch up, moving the next call to South Sacramento CHP.
This is the series of unfortunate events. The unit that was on that area was assigned to a pedestrian call on the freeway, which is a priority call over what she was witnessing on the roadway.
Immediately after, Harris says, CHP received a call about a non-injury crash, which also took priority over the woman in that SUV who collided with that tanker.
In this particular situation, we've got a non-injury hit-and-run traffic collision, and there's no victim because the truck didn't stop, she didn't stop, the truck didn't call, there was no identifying information about a victim in this situation.
According to Harris, this is not a staffing issue.
We were appropriately staffed that day for the area, as they are on most normal days. Just the way that this played out in the series of events, it was a perfect storm of this particular incident that made it difficult for our officer to get into position within that 22 minutes.
He adds she likely would have been caught had officers not been on other calls.
If we had the opportunity, I assure you that there would have been an officer there to intervene in that situation.
Numbers provided by CHP show these stops rarely end in arrest. Between January 1st and February 26th, 1,394 calls were made to North, East, and South Sacramento CHP, as well as Tracy and Stockton. Those calls resulted in 51 arrests, or about 4% of all calls.
I actually think that that number is fantastic. I think that a 4%, just under 4% arrest rate for 911 callers is huge, and that shows that we take the calls seriously, and it shows that we work to apprehend and identify these parties, and when they are under the influence, we take them off the road.
Harris says the vast majority of 911 calls are one-time callers who don't follow up, making it difficult for an officer to catch up and stop a driver suspected of being impaired.
I highly encourage, and I don't want anybody to take away from this situation, not to call 911 or think that calling 911 is not going to be effective, because that's not the case at all.
But in this case, perfect storm or not, the call wasn't answered.
It's haunting me.
Leaving Deirdre with the memory of the damage to that woman's car.
Her passenger side window was so shattered in a round shape that it almost looked like a passenger flew through the windshield. The right side of the bumper and quarter panel were completely gone. I have no clue how she did not spin out and wreck after hitting that truck.
The CHP says it conducted a thorough investigation and the driver has not been located.
Nigga, what? I've seen this shit.
Hands are behind my head. I just hit the front of the building. I've been up because my son got arrested.
Dude, I'm still trying to wrap my brain around this. I was sitting in the office when this all happened.
Why are you shaking? I'm not even shaking.
Because you scared the out of me.
Yeah.
On November 16th, 2021, an officer was on duty inside the police department office within the city hall when he heard a loud crash in Cumberland, Wisconsin. The officer viewed the video surveillance and observed a vehicle had crashed through the front doors of the city hall.
Damn.
Freaking idiot.
He didn't get too far, did he?
Upon arrival at the scene, the officer noticed the male driver sitting beside the vehicle with his hands behind his head. The male was identified as 38-year-old Nicholas Brannon. Nicholas stated he was upset because his son had been charged with a narcotics violation by a Cumberland police officer.
My hands are behind my head.
And you thought this...
I just hit the front of the building. Because I've been pissed off because my son got arrested for apparently having nitrous oxide and he was smoking weed, so I'm just really kind of pissed.
He claimed he intentionally ran into the building to make a statement.
So I'm not a mean person. I've been drinking. I just really pissed off because I feel like the charges he got.
Be rolling my way, please.
Did you hear me? The charges he got were false because there was a shaper. They gave him hopping nitrous oxide, and his charges were really totally false.
Nicholas also stated he ran into the building because he felt like everyone was targeting his son and wanted to talk to someone about it.
I ran into the building because I just feel like everybody's targeting my son. You know? And I'd love to get that guy out skirts of town, and his name is Bill something, to get him popped because my son is better than that.
Okay.
You know? And I ran into the building. Sorry. I did it intentionally because I just feel like the cop pocketed his shit. You know?
What? Like.
So that's why I did it, and I did it for a reason, just to make a statement. Because Cumberland cops said they literally gave him nitrous oxide charge.
I can't.
And I'm just really mad about it because that's worse than smoking weed that he has, and I don't smoke weed. He does.
He figured the best way to get a hold
Brandon,
of
do you
someone
see my
was by
fucking face?
intentionally
When I tell
ramming
you.
into the building.
People are fucking.
Dude, I'm still trying to wrap my brain around this. I was sitting in the office when this
My
all
name
happened.
is, you want my name?
Sure, what's your
My
name?
name is Nicholas Frank Brana.
Your name
Okay.
is the dumbest.
Are you injured at all?
Ever.
I'm bleeding down my arm, but I really don't give a fuck.
Alright.
The wrong fuck.
My name's Officer Fry.
I'm fine.
Alright.
I literally am.
I just want to get you checked out, dude, because airbags deployed. Dude, that scared the living shit out of me.
Where were you?
Sorry.
In the office. I was in the office watching
Officer.
just a video.
Hello, everyone. And they're really dangerous in real life. It's
Then he
dangerous
crashed
enough to
into
have
the
two regular people in a car chase, but put a person who's running away from a series of cops in a car chase, and you've basically got a recipe for disaster. Luckily, though, we can look on and gawk at the idiots and the unfortunates who get caught up in these messes because almost every police car in the world has a camera on it. And we live in a surveillance state, so if the police car doesn't have a camera on it, you can guarantee the NSA's got a camera on it somewhere. These are the top
NSA.
10 police chases caught on camera. Number 10. A dangerous limo ride. So get this, right? Imagine you rent a limousine. You're going to prom or middle school snow dance or kindergarten prom or whatever you go to, and your limo driver's like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go 120 down the freeway today. Cop tries to pull him over. He goes 120. The limo driver actually manages to outmaneuver the cop a couple of times, but he makes the mistake of trying to go down regular surface streets instead of the highway. And he's in a stretch. That's not even like a limo. That's like a stretch Hummer, stretch Cadillac, something like that. So he can't outmaneuver the cops. So he goes back on the freeway and he starts ramping up his speed to 150 miles an hour. Now, if you know anything about cars, which even I don't know that much about cars, but I know that you can't do that in a limo, and it blows his transmission out, making this huge cloud of smoke. So he starts to lose gears that he can drive into because he's going 150 in a limo. So when he traps himself, he actually backs up and goes down an on-ramp in reverse, backing up the highway in reverse, pulling a flip so he's going the right side down the highway, still backwards, which is impressive at this point, and is going backwards through residential neighborhoods till he slams into a column of trees. But here's the best part. They get him, they arrest him. He was only fleeing because his license was suspended, and he had a friend in the passenger seat who was freaking out the entire time. I tell you what, though, if I'm getting somewhere late and I need to be there real quick, I'm gonna hire this limo company, ask for this driver. Number 9, a real cocky So this woman, I don't have any context for this clip. It's in LA. This woman is doing donuts around cops to try and piss them off, taunting them, swinging her car at them. She actually, at one point in the clip, she gets out of the car while it's still ghosting and drive to taunt them, then gets back in the car. And honestly, her driving's pretty impressive. They PIT maneuver the car. It's just a Scion. That Scion has like crazy maneuverability, but they PIT maneuver the car, which is where they hit the back end of it to make her flip around the wrong way so they can stop her. Doesn't stop her, puts it in reverse, keeps going. They have to entirely box her in before they just completely rip her out of the car because they want that chase to end. What causes people, you think, to lose their minds this entirely? Is it just a heat out there in LA? Do people just go nuts because their brains get baked or some other kind of baked? I don't know, man. Number 8, free advertising. This one is a nightmare waiting to happen. I like how the cop is just driving, probably report like, yeah, something strange going on the road, or he saw this guy out of the corner of his eye or something, and he gets up close to this truck and he's just dragging an entire stolen soda machine. It's gotta be stolen, right? An entire Coca-Cola soda machine.
Broke ass niggas.
Look at the sparks on that thing. Just go. At least there's no one else on the road, because this is the worst road hazard. One of the worst road hazards I can imagine besides like a tank. The huge cloud of sparks. Eventually the sparks kind of stop and it's just smoke. The truck starts to try and outmaneuver the cop, and after one of the turns, there's just no more soda machine. It must have just broken off, and the truck is just dragging the chain behind him, and now that's making sparks. Eventually another cop shows up and they manage to pin the driver and they bring an end to the chase. But man, being a cop is all kinds of stressful fun. Stressful fun, not real fun. Stressful insanity, I guess, is closer. Soda lives matter. Number 7, David Blaine's newest magic trick. You guys like street magic? I got one for you. You get yourself into a situation with the police where they're chasing you, right? And you're gonna make the whole car disappear. Now that's a magic trick, and this guy actually manages to pull it off. He does it not once, but twice. First, he eludes cops, almost swinging entirely out of their line of sight. You can see him turning, and he goes down a weird road, and he's almost gone, but you can just see him drift off. Almost gets away on the first attempt. Cops follow him. He starts juking him for some reason. It's not like they're shooting at him. He doesn't have to serpentine, but he does anyway. Then he speeds up. Near the end of the video, he turns left and goes through a fence somehow without breaking it, and is on the other side of the fence, and then drives off into the night, and the cops can't follow him because of the fence. I don't know what happened. It's a bad camera quality, so maybe there was an entrance to the fence and we just can't see it, but you can clearly see the taillights on the other side of the fence, and he just keeps going, and there's no broken fence, so they just can't follow him. That's cheating, to be completely honest. That's not fair. But you see what I mean? Wouldn't this make a great promotional video for David Blaine or Chris Angel or any one of those hacks? Number 6, someone plays way too much GTA. I have some sort of weird twisted respect for this crazy son of a bitch. This guy gets PIT maneuvered and pulls out of it not once, not twice, but 3 times. The first time, he struggles a little bit, but he gets it almost immediately. Watch this. Bam! Like a stunt driver. The second time, literally no problem. Doesn't even stop it. And the female commentator on the video, she says it's like watching a movie. It is like watching a movie. This is nuts. This guy's amazing. Third time they get him, right? They smash him up against the side barrier so his tires blow out. They got him, right? Nope. Puts it in reverse, gears it back up to at least 80, flips his car around, starts gunning down the road. There's a little bit of signal interference, that's all that static is, and eventually they push him into a stop sign. But he doesn't even stop there. He gets into a fist fight with the cops as they're trying to pull him out of the car. It takes, what is that, 5, 6 of them to successfully tackle him and take him down to the ground. Clearly a maniac, clearly gonna go to jail, but some sort of twisted respect for this beautifully insane individual. Glad I was nowhere near this. And let's give a shout out to the true VIP of this clip, the E-Bombs World watermark at the bottom. Number 5. I don't even know. This one's really strange. We just start with footage of the guy doing donuts in the middle of a rainy street in LA. Like I said, it just melts your brain out there. He just does donuts, weaves in and out of traffic, is generally dangerous. I don't understand the context of the clip. I don't think they did anything to do this. He just started doing this. Apparently this guy was in the Marines and they trained him how to drive. So that's where he learned how to do this. Although, to be honest, not nearly as impressive as Mustang Man we just watched. So he does all this stuff, right? That's crazy enough. He does all this stuff. He's driving. He's being a jackass. His friends throwing garbage at other people on the road. No respect for this guy, really. And then they pull over, start talking to their friends, and there's a good 8-ish minutes before the cops show up and arrest him. And by then, a crowd is gathered and is waiting for them to arrest him. And he's high-fiving his friends, and he's saying, like, bye to his people he knows. This is insane. It's like he knew he made a mistake. It's weird that he didn't go farther. Strange sense of honor, perhaps, from serving in the Marines. I don't know. I have no clue. Number 4, No Way Out. This is another one where the car chase itself, not that crazy. The guy does donuts. He's driving around a shipping container yard. I mean, it's a car chase. It's not boring per se, but the crazy thing is he gets out of the car, climbs up onto the shipping loading equipment, the scaffolding of the equipment, and starts taunting the cops from on top of the scaffolding. He climbed onto the ship-to-shore crane and then stripped naked before he jumped down and killed himself. Morbid. It was a 17-story drop. I don't understand why. It's kind of tragic. He got naked for the cameras too. He clearly like lost his mind. Something happened. I don't know if he hurt anyone else. It doesn't seem like he did. Ah, geez. He stole the SUV from a dealership earlier in that day, but he was only 23. Weirdly sad. Number 3, Too Hot to Handle. This one's really short. This guy's driving like a maniac, going through suburban streets, which is just crazy dangerous. Not like our hero, Mustang Man. And he can't handle it. He's not very good at driving. Slams into a street pole after a short chase. The pole dents the front of the car. You can see how hard he hits it, and he just kind of drives over it, which causes his car to burst into flames and light on fire. It's at this point he realizes he might have made a mistake, and he tries to bail out of his car. Drunkenly stumbles out of his car. I'm glad he's in jail. He's not the hero we need.
Motherfucker just fell out the car.
Number 2, FedEx f***ery. This guy must have stolen the FedEx truck or something because he's just driving down the road. I don't know if he stole it or not, I guess. But he's just trying to weave it out of traffic. My ideal car for trying to outrun the police would probably not be a FedEx truck. They almost have him out of the car at one point. They've got a gun drawn on him. They go up to the side of the car. The doors open, and then he slams on the gas and drives off. They throw some of those spike strips, blow out his back tires, so he's sending sparks. Then they blow out the front tires. The truck is sending up sparks left and right. Looks like it's going to light on fire. Eventually, he just jumps out of the side of the car. Doesn't even run away. Just lays down on his stomach, which is probably the smart thing to do in this situation, unlike the rest of this chase. Number 1, sponsored by Coke. I love this crash. I mean, not as much as whatever. You got your standard high-speed car crash, except it's in a suburban area. See that? Dangerous, weaving right through an intersection on a red light. Got lucky there. Got lucky no one got hurt. Keeps going. Gets on the highway. Realizes that's probably a smarter decision. Gets off the highway again. Don't see why you would do that when the highway's been good to you so far, but whatever. Gets off the highway almost immediately at the next light. This crash is sponsored by Coca-Cola. You see that? Bam. Perfect advertising campaign. That driver got a promotion even though his truck got smashed because they just got $40 million of free advertising. Eventually, all the guys in the car bail out. Looks like there's 3 of them. Maybe the driver couldn't get out, so maybe there's 4, and they all probably get rounded up. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did like the video, please give it a like down below. And if you want to see more content, subscribe. Do you like watching cops? I don't. I hope you guys are having a great day. Bye-bye.
What's going on, guys? It's Patrick here, and welcome back to Top 10 Trends. Now today, guys, we're going to be looking at 10 animals that you are glad don't exist anymore. Animals that were once...
Damn, nigga, what the fuck happened there?
Dude, it's funny though.
That nigga said the PIT.
He said they got a sponsor out of that.
That nigga said a $40,000 sponsor.
Wow.
Nah, he was definitely funny.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the best of. In this video you will see the best of police pursuits in 2020, and here we start with the pickup truck that tries to escape, but yeah, let's see what happens.
And he was on this road earlier, driving very fast. Continue on southbound, coming up on, I believe this is going to be Polk. Actually, Roxford on the brakes, ball airborne through the intersection there into a parked car. This is Glen Oaks South. He's out and running. As you see him, he's on foot running. He's already got a unit right on him. We'll see what happens here as he continues on. Unit still chasing him behind. Looks like they're going to cut him off. And running into the houses here across a yard, over a fence. LAPD unit right, LA right behind him there. Oh, it jumps right over. Code 20, guys, code 20. And so anyway, if we continue on, watching this takedown as he got him, as he went right over the fence. He's going to come up on a red light here, lots of traffic, and blows his way right through that red light. CHP is in pursuit behind there, about 3 or 4 units in trail, but staying back quite a ways, letting the CHP helicopter handle this pursuit. But once again, it's armed suspects wanted for a shooting in Azusa. Been going on since about 8 o'clock, and we're running right now at about 90 miles an hour here on Arrow Highway, approaching the 57. Lone Hill is the street we're coming up on now. On the brakes, got a left turner there, weaving his way through traffic, and then makes it on through. Luckily, cars were in that slow left-hand turn, and he was on the brakes hard coming up. So coming up next intersection here, as he pushes through, he's now blacked out, so it's going to be hard for the people on the behind to see, but luckily these cars have the daytime running lights, so they'll have lights in front, but he's going to the right shoulder. Boom! Right there, crashed, left turner, and that's right at the intersection of San Dimas. Driver's out running. He's holding his waistband, as you can see there, running through the parking lot.